Hello again, this is the Linguist blogger. I thought that this time I would speak a little bit in my native language, English. As you can tell by my accent, I'm an American, and I think I'll try to leave it to those of you who think that you're kind of expert when it comes to dialects, to try to pick out where I'm from, or at least where I was raised. Where I've been, for those of you who think that you're Henry Higgins or some type of really good phonetician. Anyhow, these videos, this is the third video I've made, in addition to the one you'll probably see in Spanish and in Portuguese. These videos are more for my blog, which is about languages, language learning, and polyglots, people who know many languages. I talk a lot about this because I think, especially at home in the United States and in many communities that I've had the privilege of participating in, both here and abroad, there's this misconception about language that only really smart people can learn languages, or you have to be a little kid in order to learn a language. And while that's true, it's true that there are lots of studies that show that in order to have what's considered a flawless accent, or to speak it and learn it from the time you're a child. But it's really not that simple. And there are lots of people that have learned languages into adulthood. I myself am not of extremely high intelligence, and I speak 3. And can kind of communicate in 6, and so there's a lot to be done. And I'm an American, and we Americans are known worldwide for being horrible at foreign languages. Well, I think anybody can do it. I really do. Just about anybody can learn a foreign language, and I think it's a good thing to learn foreign languages. Get out there, get outside your comfort zone, learn about a different culture. And to really learn about a different culture, I have to say, as you'll see in this blog, or as you'll see in my blog, if you're not already watching this video from my blog, there are lots of people who just love the language learning process. They love it, and these are people that have studied 100 languages, 50 languages. They can communicate well in 20 or more. I'm not one of those people. I have to say that the elementary or the beginner stage for me, it's like trying to pull nails out of a board with my bare teeth. But something that I absolutely love is communicating with people in their own language. So getting to that intermediate to advanced stage where I can really talk to people and talk to them more on their level, in their own way of communication. And if you're monolingual, there's really no way you can comprehend that. You could say, well, it's like one mechanic talking to another mechanic about cars. A mechanic can talk to anybody about cars, but if he talks to another mechanic, he's really communicating. Well, I think it's like that, but on another level. You get your brain to think in different ways. I think it's a very enriching process. So get out there, learn a foreign language, learn French, learn Spanish, learn Arabic, learn Chinese. There are a lot of languages, a lot of whether or not we learn a language has to do with how we perceive it, and your attitude is just so important. I think a lot of times here in the United States, we don't learn Spanish for racist issues. And it doesn't mean that if you don't want to learn Spanish, you're probably a card-carrying member of the Ku Klux Klan. I'm not saying that at all. But all right, I'll let you know. I'm from, Hispanics aren't necessarily perceived as intelligent or I don't know, necessarily the most competent of people here in the United States. And so I think a lot of Americans shy away from the Spanish language. And it's so horrible because the Spanish language has just a wealth of literature and music and sophistication that enriches your own knowledge of English, if that's your native language. But it's not just, and there's nothing wrong with it being the language of the laborer. Nothing wrong with blue-collar laborers. I have plenty of those in my family, and they're good people. But you got that side, and you've got a more sophisticated side too. You've got European Spanish, you have Latin American Spanish. Latin American Spanish varies a ton, and so whether there are a lot of people in the United States that are trying to learn French and German. If that's your thing, well, I guess that's cool. But you know what? Unless you're planning on going to Europe frequently, what the heck are you doing with French and German? Get out and learn Spanish. You can talk to your neighbors. How about that? You can talk to the person who misdials on the phone. You can go to that restaurant you really like and actually talk to the waiter in his native language. These are positive things, and you'll actually get to use your language. And so I guess that's it. One of the reasons I make these little videos is it's easy to say, I speak a language, and so I make it in English, French, these other languages, and I hope you do too. This isn't about showing off, but it's about proving something to yourself. It's about showing others what can be done. And if you're from a pretty monolingual country, or if you're from a bilingual country or trilingual country, and you're just the person who doesn't learn languages, you can. You totally can. And so that's my encouragement. And I hope you stop by the site, read some of my posts. I think you'll enjoy them. Lots of people do. I enjoy writing them. And thanks for watching.